it was all a hoax, but the cost of last month's Yale gunman scare is no joke.
Yeah, we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars, and guess who foots that big bill? News 8's Aaron Cox live at our New Haven newsroom with a look at how much it will all cost. Aaron?
Hey, Darren, we're finding out the overtime cost the New Haven Police Department racked up in its response. Again, that's just the overtime, not the regular man hours, as staff were diverted from their everyday tasks to try and track down that supposed gunman.
In those moments when no one really knew if there was a gunman at Yale, parents like Ernie Badass took comfort in the response.
Made you feel good. I mean, my son, you know, I'm just like one little guy there, and that's my son in there, and you're worried.
The call, an armed man was heading to the downtown New Haven campus, triggering a massive response. New Haven Police, its emergency response team, Yale Police, along with the FBI and ATF, swarming the campus, spending hours checking each room and each dorm. It was all a hoax, but the cost for NHPD's overtime, all too real, estimated at over $30,000. Department spokesman David Hartman says cost can't be a factor.
You really only will find out that you haven't spent enough when it's too late. That's certainly something that is a consideration throughout an operation, but certainly not in the emergency phase of that.
Right now, it's the New Haven taxpayer footing this big bill. However, if someone is eventually convicted in court of making that crank call, a judge could order that offender to pay restitution.
The cost doesn't end when the emergency phase of the operation ends. It has to continue.
About a week later, a similar response in West Haven at the University of New Haven. This time, police finding a commuter student holding 2 handguns with a loaded Bushmaster stashed in his car down the street. West Haven PD's overtime cost over $12,000. For this dad, it's all money well spent.
New Haven did the right thing. Yale Police did a good job. I feel confident having my son there, comfortable that he's protected.
We get an update today on the investigation into the Yale crank call. There is still a person of interest. He's actually in custody on unrelated charges, and I've been told detectives have been talking to him quite a bit, but still no arrest. We're live tonight in the New Haven newsroom. I'm Aaron Cox, News 8.